Hi, TheSuffolkRam here from Round Nerds. Welcome to my review of Doctor Who Series 9, Episode 3, Under the Lake. As a pre-warning, and there may be some minor spoilers ahead, so if you don't know if you want anything spoiled, turn off now. So Under the Lake takes place on an underwater base, strange enough underneath the lake, as you might have guessed from the title. And it starts off with the crew of this base, a mixture of military, scientists, and someone from a petroleum company, Petrol to you and I, finds what's clearly an alien spacecraft. Short of discovering the alien spacecraft, ghosts appear. And these ghosts then proceed to start indirectly attacking people and killing people. Classic Doctor Who episode in my book. Really, to my one of the best style Doctor Who episodes where you have a group of people, for some reason they don't really understand, there's a mystery behind it, and they're stuck together and they can't get out, they're trapped, and they have to figure out how to get out. Perfect classic serial episode for my reckoning. I really enjoyed it. It's the first part of a two-parter, and they seem to be doing, I mentioned in a previous video, they're doing a lot of two-parters this season, and I believe there's even a three-part later on, or was it just two-parts? There might be a three-part. And I like two-parts because they can allow you to build up story more, and they do make that to good effect here. The pacing's still really well done, still really good. I didn't even realise that it was a two-parter at first, because I thought I was really engaged with it. And usually my sort of sign when a two-part is that I sort of start waning a bit. I think to myself, oh, they could have cut that. But no, I was hooked the whole way through, and I'm really looking forward to the next episode. As I mentioned, the pacing is excellent. Generally quite a logical episode. Everything doesn't treat too much at my suspension of disbelief, which often Doctor Who has a habit of doing, except for a couple of bits. One bit where there's quite a big astrological fail, but without spoiling, I can't spoil why without spoiling it. And likewise, there's a bit later on where there's a situation occurs and they have the base responds to it in a very bizarre way and not a very logical way. So, other those two little grumbles, otherwise an excellent serial. Some really nice little bits and pieces added into it. There's a character in there who's can't speak, so you communicate with sign language, and usually when you have these sort of situations occur, often they're not very well written, and the character either becomes a hindrance and everybody gets fed up with them, or they just sort of are treated a bit pathetically, which I don't like. This character she's done really well. She's done actually she's a key member of the team. She actually becomes at one point the leader of the team, and she's a really strong character, even without all the other people, even without the ability to speak. It's amazing how well done it is, and I was really impressed by her. And in fact, she does act just by moving her hands. Very impressive. I really liked it. So, while I'm on the subject characters, all the characters are relatively good in it. I like the fact that something is not gone too much on the cliche route. The sort of corporate entity man who you meet, who you think is very corporate, and you think he's going to be a bit of a hindrance later on, turns out not to be. I was quite surprised by. The other characters you've got the usual nervous scientist, who's all has a bit nervous about the whole thing, and they're all generally quite well written. There was a couple who were sort of, after I sort of forgot who they were, but generally speaking, they all stood out to me. Lysa, the woman, definitely really stood out to me. I thought she was excellent. The scientist guy who at the end sort of says, right, we're going to do something, despite his misgivings earlier on, worked for me. Even the corporate guy who I thought was going to be a bit cookie cutter, actually I didn't find too much later on, because often they tend to be corporate, or tend to be portrayed as very self-serving, but also quite evil in a way, and they didn't do that, which I was quite pleased and quite impressed by. So all the characters have been excellent as well. Clara's been a bit odd this week. I don't know what's got into her. She's back to her sort of happy, cocky self, and there's no one seems to know how to write her character, and so she's been a bit weird this week. Peter Capaldi, brilliant as Doctor as always, doing an excellent job. His character's, I do honestly think he's the best Doctor we've had. Do honestly think he's brilliant. So on to production. So the episode was written by Toby Whitehouse. Now he has done a few others in the past. First one from recollection, he did School Reunion. Yeah, I'm sure he did School Reunion. That's one they brought to Sarah Jane Smith. That's going back quite a while now. That's going back to David Tennant's series 2 of David Tennant's first series. So yeah, series 2 effectively of Doctor Who. He did The Vampires of Venice, which I thought was okay. He then did this way around. Town Called Mercy, which is a group of people stuck in a situation with a bit of a monster stalking them. Not at all surprised, and a bit of mystery as to why. Not at all surprising, so similar theme going on here. And it's The God Complex, which was a brilliant episode. Again, about a group of people trapped in a place they have no real control over, being stalked by some creature they're not sure why. There's definitely a theme going on with these episodes, but he writes them so well, I don't care. They're all done brilliant, they're all different enough to work. So really pleased. I'm really looking forward to the next part and uncovering this mystery of what's going on. It's pretty well resolved why it's happening, but I'm really looking forward to the uncovering and seeing what's going on. It's going to be absolutely cool, I think. So good there. Special effects were pretty darn good as well. The ghosts are brilliant. They're sort of not, they can appear corporeal but then become uncorporeal and they sort of move, which I thought was a neat touch. That they can also sort of stay looking human but within they're still. And I'm pretty sure it was deliberately done like that, because you never see them actually. I'm thinking for consistency sake to sort of be able to fool people into thinking they're real. They make sure everybody stays perfectly still at the post times. I believe that was deliberately done as a sort of key to show off, and it's not mentioned at all, but works so clearly so well. So that was brilliant. And the overall special effects are pretty cool. The spaceship is not something that I've seen before. It looks quite different to what we've seen in previous episodes. I think there's been a couple similar to it, but this one looks really different. It's like as if Apple made a spaceship, really streamlined. There's also one bit where they have to go send something out underwater, and that I thought was excellently done. I mean, that looked like a real underwater apparatus moving about. Overall, I have to say, I really can't fault it. It's got to be one of the best episodes so far season. I know it's only episode 3, but it's 3 of 12, so all the way through. Yeah. And this season's ramped up to be excellent. Brilliant. Really, so definitely a good episode to watch. So my final thoughts of the episode, I have to say, it's one of the best episodes of the season so far. Definitely recommend you watch it. I think you'll really enjoy it. I really can't fault it. I'm loving this series so far. The writing of it's been brilliant. The stories we've had so far have all been brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. One thing I will just say, just quickly, I've just remembered, and this is a minor spoiler for last week's episode. So if you haven't watched last week's second part of the second parter, this is going to spoil the end of it, although it's not a major spoil, you probably know already. Doctor's lost his sonic screwdriver. He now has sonic glasses and they look absolutely ridiculous. I do not know what they're thinking. It's also tried to riff off, trying to riff off Google Glasses, but not because Google Glasses pretty much died a death anyway, so it's sort of old hat. I mean, I think Google Glasses pretty much stopped anyway. And wearable technology makes you look like an idiot anyway, so Doctor having it's not working. It just looks silly. It literally just waggles the glasses and makes a sound effect. It's like some sound effect the sonic screwdriver. It just looks really cheap and tacky. It looks like you see a really shitty sci-fi film that they couldn't afford a proper prop. You know, just wiggle the glasses and it'll make a sonic screwdriver noise. Yeah, no, absolutely shit. So get rid of them. Bring that sonic screwdriver, please. Can't stand them. Other than that, brilliant episode, brilliant season so far. Loving it. I'm so looking forward to next week. It looks like it's going to be absolutely awesome, and I'm really psyched up for it already. So, can't wait. Absolutely can't wait. So I've been TheSuffolkRam. Very much for watching. Please, if you've enjoyed this, please subscribe to the channel. We do have things on here as well. We do podcasts. We do Let's Plays of computer games. We can get our time to upload them. We do all sorts of stuff in there. So please subscribe by all means, and I look forward to seeing you on my next review. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Thank you.